Now, parents in the Ekurhuleni North District are still waiting for their children to be placed in schools. They've been queuing for days at the Education Department trying to get space for their children. Some parents have gone as far as going to the schools themselves. Our senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is following developments and joins us now with the very latest. Good morning, Aviwe. So parents are still out there. It's day 2 of the academic year already, but they seem to not be relenting or even trying other options.
Not at all. They are told to come to the district office. That's the North District office here in Ekurhuleni, Benoni, where they trying desperately to get their learners in schools. It's the 3rd day that I've been here in Mvundo, and I'm seeing familiar faces. But I've even called others that have been here for the last 2 days that have even tried to go to different schools to forcefully get their children in. They say that they won't be able to come today because their employers have told them if they don't go to work today, that will be the end of their employment. So they're forced to go to school now while their children are still left at home. Of course, the biggest headache at what we're hearing, in fact, from these lines is that it's the online application system. It's often, more than not, putting them at schools that are far from where they stay, as we do understand the situation around Ekurhuleni where the schools are full. In fact, I want to catch up with some of their parents to find out exactly what the issues are. Mdomkulu, thank you for joining us, eNCA. Mdomkulu, it's the 2nd day of his golos vula namhlanje. Ingane sesikoleni?
No, ayikho esikoleni njengamanje ngihamba namntwana nawuhlela phe emotweni nomama. Sekulanga lesithathu manje siza la. But now mina ngiqale ngale eMaestal bangithumela eAlberton ukuthi ngiye khona ngoba isikoleni sifuna under eAlberton. Mangifika eAlberton ngibatshela ukuthi umntana uapplyile and bamthatha esikoleni ngazange siapplyele. So bathi fanele manje ngize la eBenoni ngoba isikoleni sifuna under eBenoni. That's why sila namhlanje ngizolo sifikile basikhatha ntambama wathi sifike namhlanje kuseni siziloka namhlanje. Sifrustrated ngabazali sathi fanele senze njani ngoba abantwana bahleli endlini bayidlile ezindlini abanye abantwana bayafunda.
Okay, Mfuna, it's the 3rd day that this gentleman has been coming here, frustrated. He's told now to come to this district office as the school that he prefers his child to go to is here around Benoni. So the child is in a car now with the mother as he himself tries. But the reality is, Mfundo, schools around here are full already. It's that infrastructure problem, as we've visited a number of schools ourselves, where we saw even learning taking place under a tree at the West Side Primary School, for example. Mdomkulu, unenkinga obviously ye infrastructure izikolo zigcwele, and the reality is ingane yakho will most likely be placed ekudeni. Is this something that you're willing to do?
Angeke ngizinkhoda umntana afunda endaweni yakude. Why? Because angisebenzi ngokuqala. So i-transport uthatha umntana imthwele ondlela ngeke ngi-afford. Bengifisa ngathi umntana mangafunda endaweni eseduze la ngakhona afforda khona umntana umbhadale i-transport, even nama-fees. I don't mind ubhadala i-school fees. Noma mhlawumbe singaba 1.5 or 2.5 bengayilwela into ukuthi umphathele umntana mabe sesikolweni okwamanje.
All right, thank you very much, Mdomkulu. So, gentleman's not willing to go to a school that is far from where he lives. He's willing to pay at least 1.5 to 2.5 for the school only. He doesn't want to pay additional money for transport, as the likelihood is that these parents will be told that their children can only be placed at schools that are far, as of course there are those infrastructure woes. I want to catch up maybe with another family to find out what's happening. Ma'am, thank you for joining us at eNCA. I see you with your boy here. What are the challenges?
Well, to be here, it's because of the DHA system of the online to put your child in a school. But the areas that they give you is way out of our way. It's like 30 to 40 Ks, and they don't really give you schools close enough to our places. So that's why we're standing in the line, because he needs to go to grade 1. And that's a very big challenge.
And these are some of the conversations we've been having with the MEC of Education, who says that the schools are full to capacity at the moment. The likelihood is that your son will most likely be placed at those schools that are further up. What will you do? Is that something that you're willing to compromise?
Well, not really, no. Then I will just go on with this online schooling. But because I will need to put him in a school so you can just get that communication with other children, that's why I'm getting him in school. But if it's not going to happen, then I'm going to go on with my online schooling with him.
Okay, thank you very much. I wish you all the best, ma'am. We see now they're actually being addressed by one of the departmental officials here. and in fact explaining the very issue that we're talking about the schools that they've applied for and the distance, in fact, in between. So we won't disturb the process, but it's those difficulties of the infrastructure that hasn't been built for years. As we visited a number of schools where I mentioned a bit earlier on, learning is taking place under trees, where in the last 4 years, the West Side Primary School, in fact, has additional space that is there, some 200 to 300 square meter space that hasn't been built anyway. So you wonder what the Department of Education has been doing in growing the schools, as a lot of people are coming, especially into Gauteng.